everybody. This is Holy Joe Rock and Roll coming at you live and unscripted. This is a new software I'm checking out. Hopefully the audio is coming through now. Ah, it's working now. Okay, cool. I can see myself. Audio's working, video's working. Alright, that's cool. Excellent. So, worked out the bugs. That last video I deleted obviously because it wasn't correct. Wasn't working correctly. So, those of you who are back on, I'll just reiterate. Oh, I know what I want to try. Hang on a second. Oh, said there was a captions thing. Where is it? Can I do it? I don't know if I can do it from here. Hang on real quick. Let me see if I can. Maybe it went away because I'm live now. Captions, experimental. Here we go. Audio source is going to be the microphone. English. Microsoft text-to-speech. Okay. I don't know where's it going to put it. I guess we'll see if it shows up on screen. Anyways, I turned on automatic captions, and we'll see. We'll see if something shows up. I don't see anything here. I'm looking at my live monitor and see if there's anything there. Or maybe it's just going to go to recorded to text or something. I don't know. Anyhow, what's going on, people? Hope everybody's good. It's May the, what's today? May the 18th? I guess it is the 18th. And what I want to talk to you about today is the crash of the president of Poland. Was it back in November 2012? Or that would be November 2012, I believe. The president, his wife, top cabinet officials, top military officers, all of them were going to the smallest airport in Russia to commemorate the Katyn massacre, 70 years anniversary of the Katyn massacre. What that was when September 1st, 1939, the Germans invaded Poland from the west, and 2 weeks later, I believe it was September 16th, the Russians invaded from the east. This was all part of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact agreement between Russia and Germany. And this is why we need to keep these two countries apart, because when they get together, bad shit happens, okay? Anyways, the agreement was to partition Poland, and that's what happened. And obviously the Germans quickly started gathering up the intelligentsia and anybody who might be a threat, put them in Auschwitz and other places like that, killing them just in the streets. But then the Russians, what they did was gathered up over 22,000 military officers and also intelligentsias, priests, stuff like that. Anybody that they thought was a threat in the Russian sphere of influence now, the Russian-occupied Poland, took them to this Katyn forest and they killed them. Now, it was done by the NKVD, the predecessor to the KGB, and as we know, in Bolshevist Russia, 60, 70, 80% of these NKVD murderers were Jewish, because while Russians might have a problem killing other Russians, Jews didn't have any problem killing other Russians because they felt that they were a different people. Anyhow, just a historical fact. Look it up. Read 200 Years With Us. You'll get some information from that about how the situation in Russia. But it's crazy as it was. Anyhow, moving forward, this plane crashed, and the important thing is that there was really never any real independent investigation. The Russian officials never allowed Polish inspectors to be on the scene. The crash site was not properly preserved. There is major evidence, major indications from independent third-party flight people, analysis people, that there was a bomb on the plane because of what they have discovered. You know, that there apparently was an explosion on the plane because parts of the plane were stuck in the earth at such tremendous force that this couldn't have been from a crash. The official story is that the plane, as it was landing in the fog, clipped the top of a tree, and it crashed. But a crash site doesn't look like a bomb site, and that's what we saw. Debris scattered everywhere. Everybody on the plane died, and then, of course, a lot of things were stolen, not only off the bodies, but off the what was on the airplane. So basically there was, because the president was traveling with his military top brass, secret documents were obviously stolen. Communication information, NATO communication secrets, codes were obviously taken, code books. And then personal property was stolen. People's bodies were obviously somewhat mutilated, and also personal effects were stolen off the bodies. To make matters worse, when the bodies were supposedly identified by Russian authorities and then sent back to Poland to their families for burial, it was discovered that a lot of times the body parts didn't match the person. Okay, and in some cases, like one guy, they opened up the sealed coffin and found 3 hands. You know what I'm saying? This kind of stuff. So obviously the Russian officials really didn't show a lot of respect for these bodies. And there is, because there has not been a true investigation, an independent investigation, it opens it up to conspiracy theories, right? It opens it just like 9/11, just like the assassination of JFK. We still don't have definitive answers, right? That we can really say 100% we're sure who was the culprits, and were there not any other people behind the scenes involved to perpetrate these atrocities, right? JFK assassination, 9/11, and the crash, supposed crash of this aircraft with the president of Poland. So it's really impossible to say that this is a closed case. It's really a horrible situation. Now, why this is important is that there recently on petitions.whitehouse.gov, there's a petition to ask Donald J. Trump to help investigate this, or help push Russia to allow an independent investigation of the crash, even though it is like 8 years later. And it needed 100,000 signatures before it would be obviously officially presented to the president. It got 99,000 signatures, so it was 1,000 signatures short, which is really sad, because it really would have been good if we could have gotten 100,000 signatures to do this. Now, I was pushing the petition against Act 447, which is the non-legal opening up of claims to non-legal heirs of properties abandoned in Poland, right? Only for a particular tribe of people, if you know what I'm saying. Which doesn't make any sense, number one, because those people are not legal heirs who are trying to claim ownership of something that they are not legal heir to, simply because they're of a certain tribe. But the second thing is that the people who lost their property, they were Polish citizens. And what happens when you give up your property? The state takes it over, and the state controls it. The state takes care of it. It becomes property of the state. Just like if you don't pay your property taxes, it goes to the state, right? And doesn't matter what tribe you are, doesn't matter what race you are, the state owns it. That's it. End of story. So this extra legal attempt to try to, grab money from Poland, and that thing is really horrible. And I think we have until May 30th. I think there's still a few more days to sign that petition. It's Act 447 on petitions.whitehouse.gov. So I don't know if they're going to put up another petition for petitioning Donald J. Trump to help investigate or help force an investigation. It would behoove the people who put this together just to put it back up now that there's a lot of knowledge about it, because they said they were getting sometimes 10,000 signers per day, especially towards the end as more and more people became aware of the petition. And I think if they were to put it up again, they would get the 100,000 signatures they need. So that's what's on my mind today, May the 18th, 2018. This has been Holy Joe Rock and Roll, reminding you to always make it happen for the captain, because you're the captain. Tell me how you like this new software, huh? And how you like my new man cave, huh? I thought I'd collect some sports memorabilia, maybe it'd be valuable to somebody in a few years, somebody who got rich off of Bitcoin, huh? I'm not really into it, but yeah, it's just an investment, right? Later.
Oh yeah. DJ Trump in the White House. Ain't no stopping us now. Take no prisoners, gonna drain the swamp. Ain't no stopping us now. Term limits for